I want to say first that I hope someone very soon will actually agree to put their um, name or their company's name with their address or phone number in this video to say where people could actually talk with someone about the illness that I know I've lived with all my life. I want to talk about 3 instances through my life in reverse order. One is when I was in Hong Kong. We were staying actually in the YMCA hotel. It was a very nice hotel. In fact, the hotel, I think, was the last hotel right before you could actually go on a ferry actually to Hong Kong proper. Hong Kong is actually an island. And anyway, about the hotel, you can't see this from these internet shots, but what I want to say is that inside the hotel, the hotel lobby, the part that goes out the way to the Hong Kong proper, it was a street part of the building, and right before you got outside there was a gift shop on the left of the building, and there was also 2 stairs coming out of the building before you got to the before you got to this gift shop. The people who had the responsibility of checking people in and checking them out, they were on the right side of the building, again, as you looked at Hong Kong proper, and the other side of the building, away from the Hong Kong, that was where cars could park while there was checking in and out, and that was underneath the building. And like I said, all that you could not see from these shots from the internet site. The second thing, my brother and I were riding around in, I can't say the name of the place, but anyway, where we lived right out of high school. My brother was fixing to take a road that was literally underground. The road itself was between the river and the mall, and fortunately my brother didn't do that. But the third thing, I was either right before or right after I went in the 1st grade, and the thing about that is I was snuck out in the night, and I took 3 things and put them in the ground. One was the G.I. Joe, and I think it was even naked at that. The other 2 things were pennies, and the special thing about that is one was a new penny and one was an old penny. And what I mean by that, one was the wheat penny and the other one was a Lincoln penny. And I remember all that. And like I said about the other things in my life, I literally couldn't remember that after it happened, but now I can vividly remember that. The next thing on the list, I want to say that the brain is one thing. I hope really everyone knows that, but mental health is based upon the Freudian psychology, and the reason I say that is what they call the things that mental health is treating, they're based upon Freudian language and all that things Freud first talked about. The problem with that is neuropsychology is looking and talking with a different language. And I think that both of them need to talk in the same language, because the brain is one brain, or at least everyone has one brain. And that's the second thing. The third thing is I want to help any way I can to do this research. And like I said in the first video, I'm simply the best guinea pig that I can be, because I not only am able to have this vivid memory about my past, I can comprehend things like never before in my life. And that's the key in terms of this illness, that people think they simply cannot do things. And the truth is, it's an illness. And that's what I'm saying. And I need people to understand that and help me. Oh, the last thing I want to say is all these neutrons and proteins and all these other things about the brain. And a good friend of mine was saying that there are millions of different protons and neutrons, but the truth is that's based upon electricity. And electricity is a very simple reality. And all these neutrons and protons is based upon just a few types of electricity in the brain. And that's what I'm not convinced of, as people have understood effectively enough and figured out how to fix the major parts of the brain so that other more integral parts of the brain can heal themselves. Because if we're not really understanding the big picture, how can we ever really understand and fix the little picture? Because what I'm able to do is think logically now. And the one reason I've never been able to do that before, the one thing that you have to do to be logical is think long term. And that's exactly what I'm able to do now. And that's one thing I've never been able to do before until now. And so with that, I really hope someone, and I hope they will very soon, help me to understand what this illness is about.